Now, in our society, being a teacher isn't ranked as a very glamorous or prestigious career as it may be, but Chika Okorafor Aneke is redefining what it means to be a teacher. Now, she has over 23 years of teaching experience and 17 years of leadership under her belt. Now, today we'll be talking about mindful learning practice, paying attention and coming out of autopilot. Hello, Chika.
Yes.
Hello, Chika. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so thank you for joining us this morning. I want to clearly get our topic today. I hope I reeled it out quite well. What exactly are we talking about this morning?
So this morning we're talking about mindful learning and paying attention and coming out of autopilot.
Good.
We often forget that we're human beings and that we're human and have become human doings, and everything is so fast that we really need to learn to slow down and pay more attention.
All right, good. So before we go into it, what do you mean when you say autopilot? Are you talking about the kids or the parents? What exactly do you mean, first of all, by the topic before we delve further into it?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you then.
Okay, now I was talking about when you say coming out of autopilot. Is that for the parents? What exactly do you mean before we go straight into the topic? What exactly do you mean by that?
Okay, so autopilot is when we're doing things and we don't even realize we've done them. We may be driving to work and we've got to work and we can't even really remember the journey, coming out of the house and forgetting, or thinking, did I lock the door? And children are also learning to be in autopilot, so they're not paying attention to what's going on around us. And with so many things going on in the world today, we need to pay more attention.
Okay, so let's get straight to it. What's the first step? How do we come out of this autopilot?
Okay, one of the first things is a wonderful practice, and it's as easy as stop. Stop. To actually stop what you're doing as long as it's safe to do so. Take a breath, observe your thoughts, your feelings, and any sensations in your body. And allow yourself some time. It could be anchoring with your breath. Just become aware of where you are now in the present moment. And then this could just be for a few seconds or a minute. And then you proceed a little bit more mindfully, because you've all of a sudden become aware. You notice things you haven't noticed before. You hear things you haven't heard before. It's really very empowering to become more aware and present.
Now, this stop and start that you're talking about, what exactly are the benefits of having such an exercise or taking such an action?
Okay, well, mindfulness in itself and mindful learning has some amazing health and well-being benefits. It can, just in those moments when you're doing a practice, actually lower blood pressure. It can alleviate if you're, feeling any irritability, and bringing some comfort back to yourself, some compassion, self-compassion and kindness. It can also help you to be more focused, pay more attention, to actually be more productive, because you've allowed yourself a moment to think about where you are, how you're feeling, and maybe what you need at a particular moment.
All right, so paying attention. Now, that is something that connotes very conscious work. It's not something that you can do just subconsciously, something that you have to be conscious about, paying attention and all of that. In spite of all that we have, the other things, especially if you're living in a city like Lagos, the hustle and the bustle, that is quite something that a number of people will tell you that time is really a problem for them when it comes to doing this. How important is that, and how can they make time if time is such an excuse?
Okay, the wonderful thing with mindful learning is it can be done in any way, just by what we're doing, by going about our daily lives. It's one of the first things we often teach is to have an anchor. So it could be breathing. Just to be able to just tap into your breathing. It could be an object that you pick up or something that you see, that just in that moment helps you to just slow down and become aware and to pay attention. And the more you do it, like anything, the more you practice, the easier it becomes. And, you know, we're not telling you to do something out of the ordinary. We don't tell you to sit down, cross-legged, you know, yoga position, meditation. But that conscious awareness that you are able to do just with anything you're doing. You could be walking and all of a sudden tap into, oh, let me actually be aware of walking. How does it feel? How does my body feel? Where can I feel the ground? As simple as just stopping where you are, stopping what you're doing. All of these things help you to practice consciously becoming, paying attention and becoming aware.
So my question is this: for a number of people that I know, they will give an excuse of time. How important is this for them to try and make out time? Some people will give an excuse of time. That's what I'm talking about now. People that want to say, okay, I don't have the time for this. How important is it for them to make out time?
We always think nowadays that there's never enough time, but the only time we have is here and now. So you have to make that time. You know, we always think we're so busy doing. We always think we're striving, but actually if we don't try and do as much as we're trying to do, we become more productive because the time we're actually using, we're firing on all cylinders, not, you know, mind thinking here, okay, I'm thinking about what I'm going to do in the next hour. I'm thinking about what I should have done the hour before. Here and now is very powerful. We have to be aware of the present moment.
All right, thank you very much. This was Chika. This was quite expository, and I feel like we could continue this, and there's quite a lot to learn from this. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.